It's 3 a.m., the house is completely silent. You walk into your kitchen to get a glass of water. The floorboards creak under your feet. Suddenly you freeze. Out of the corner of your eye you see a figure. Your heart hammers in your chest. Your breathing stops. Every muscle in your body tenses up. You reach for the wall and flip the light switch. A bright flash of yellow light fills the room. And you realize it's just a coat hanging on a chair. You laugh it off. You feel ridiculous. But think about what just happened in your brain. Why did your brain react with such pure primal terror to a human shape in the dark? Evolution doesn't build fears for no reason. Every natural fear you have is an ancient survival mechanism. It was passed down from an ancestor who survived. We are instinctively afraid of heights because falling kills us. We are afraid of snakes and spiders because their venom kills us. We are afraid of the dark because predators hunt at night. Every fear has a logical evolutionary purpose, but there is one specific fear that makes absolutely no sense. In 1970, a Japanese robotics professor named Masahiro Mori noticed something deeply disturbing about human psychology. He called it the Uncanny Valley. Mori found a very strange pattern in how we react to artificial faces. As robots or dolls look more and more human, we like them more. We feel empathy for them, but right before they become perfectly human, there is a terrifying sudden drop. When something looks almost exactly human, but slightly wrong. When the eyes are just a little too dead, or the movement is just a little too stiff, our brains violently reject it. Think of creepy Victorian porcelain dolls. Think of bad CGI faces in old movies. Think of mannequins standing in a dark store window at night. Or hyper-realistic humanoid robots like Sophia. They trigger a deep, visceral feeling of disgust, unease, and dread. We don't just dislike them, we are repulsed by them. But why? Why would evolution program us to be utterly terrified of something that looks almost human? What predator could possibly trigger this specific alarm? Science gives us two chilling answers to this mystery. The first theory is known as pathogen avoidance. For most of human history, our absolute greatest enemy wasn't lions, bears, or wolves. It was entirely invisible. It was disease. Before modern medicine, a single infected tribe member could wipe out an entire community in days. So to survive, our brains evolved an incredibly sensitive, hair-trigger alarm system. We had to instantly recognize when someone was sick, before they even coughed. If someone's face looked slightly asymmetrical or swollen, if their skin was the wrong color, like a pale gray or yellow, if their movements were jerky, stiff, or unnatural, our brain immediately screamed, pathogen, contagion, stay away. This theory also perfectly explains why corpses look uncanny to us. A dead body looks human, but it is completely devoid of the micro-movements of life. No breathing, no eye twitching, no blood flow. To an ancient human, a corpse is a massive biological red flag. It literally broadcasts the message, whatever killed me is still here, run. So the Uncanny Valley is just an ancient disease detector, a glitch in our pathogen avoidance software. Case closed, right? Not quite, because there is a major problem with the disease theory. When you see a creepy doll or a robot in the dark, you don't feel like you're going to catch a cold. You don't feel disgust. You feel the specific primal terror that you are being hunted. You feel like the object is a predator. This brings us to the second theory, a theory favored by evolutionary anthropologists. And it is far, far more terrifying than a virus. We look around the world today, and we are the only humans on Earth. Homo sapiens are the undisputed rulers of the planet, but this isolation is a massive evolutionary anomaly. For 99% of our evolutionary history, we were absolutely not alone. As recently as 40,000 years ago, a blink of an eye in evolutionary time, we shared this planet with at least 4 other distinct species of humans. There were the Neanderthals dominating Ice Age Europe. There were the Denisovans in the high altitudes of Asia. There was Homo floresiensis, the tiny hobbits of Indonesia, and Homo naledi in the deep caves of Africa. Imagine being an early Homo sapiens, walking through a dense primeval forest 50,000 years ago. The fog is thick, the sun is setting. Suddenly you hear a heavy twig snap. You stop, you peer through the thick green leaves, and you see someone staring back at you from the shadows. At first glance they look human. They walk upright on 2 legs. They are wearing animal skins. They are holding a crafted spear, but as they step into the light, your brain screams in terror. Something is profoundly, deeply wrong with their face. Their brow ridge is massive and heavy, their face is pulled forward, they have absolutely no chin, their eyes are too deep-set, their chest is too barrel-shaped, their voice is a strange, high-pitched grunt. It looks human, but your primal instincts know immediately it is not us. The Uncanny Valley was an ancient friend or foe detector. It was a survival mechanism to keep us away from other hominid species. Because these other human species weren't just our peaceful, distant cousins. They were our direct apex competitors. We fought them for the exact same hunting grounds. We fought them for the same warm caves during the brutal Ice Age winters. We competed for the exact same resources. And we fought them for our very existence. Fossil evidence shows terrifying signs of violent conflict. Some Neanderthal bones show marks of being butchered by Homo sapiens. And sapiens' bones have been found in Neanderthal caves. It was a brutal, relentless war that lasted for tens of thousands of years. And ultimately, we won. We are the absolute last ones left standing. But that 300,000-year war left a permanent psychological scar on our DNA. The Uncanny Valley is not a glitch. It is not just a fear of sickness or disease. It is an ancient genetic memory passed down from the survivors of the Stone Age. A built-in biological alarm system warning us of a very real danger. It's your ancestors screaming at you across 50,000 years of time. Be careful, because once upon a time, there really was a monster hiding in the dark, a monster that hunted us, a monster that looked exactly like you, and it wanted to kill you.